So I finished watching Dino Mech Gaiking, all 44 episodes, and it's all right. I'm kind of rating it against other mecha anime from that era, and I've watched some. Whatever's been, as much as I can get my hands on that have been released in the West. Here's some of the other ones: Fighting General Daimos, uh, uh, Dala, Daltonus, and Voltus V. And I would say that probably all three of these were better. Um, it's not that Dynamech is bad. It's just kind of there's a lot of things about it that I found a bit unimpressive. So this is my one Gaiking figure. It is a combining robot in the animation. It comes out in three pieces, although it's piloted by a single pilot. And so these are the three pieces, and so I can just take them and assemble them. If I can assemble it, you know what? I'm not even going to try because I only have one hand because I'm holding my phone. But this piece here that's on his chest, that actually comes from the Daiku Mairu, which is sort of their mobile base, and that's one of the interesting things about this series is Daiku Mairu, which he stores Gaiking as well as three other vehicles that they use, and it's in these series there always seems to be a base that they operate from. This is the only one I've seen where the base was mobile, and it's generally always right near Gaiking. So Gaiking will emerge from it, and Daiku Mairu is fully capable of fighting also. It will go into a kind of a defensive posture when it needs to, where it kind of tucks its tail up and then pulls its head down. Although the head, when Gaiking is out, will not be on there because it will be attached to Gaiking. So I guess you can. I think that the series does have a little bit of issues with kind of sizing, because if you look at the size of the head on there and then you think, well, how big would Gaiking be in comparison? He'd be kind of big in here if that was all to scale. So there's some interesting usage of scale. Um, so let me see here. Need to find some information. Okay, so basically the plot is that there is a planet, Zelon, that is being sucked into a black hole, and I guess they created this Emperor Darius, who is a cyborg, and what's kind of weird is that he is using the Zelons, sort of brainwashing them in fight to fight for him. They look kind of like bird creatures, dark avians, and he also has his four generals. And what's kind of interesting when it comes to sizing is that when you look at the four generals, they look massive as compared to the dark avians, and the dark avians are about human size. Um, so I would guess that the generals are maybe 80 to 100 feet high, and then Emperor Darius, compared to them, is about the same as they are compared to a human. So that makes Emperor Darius basically like a mountain. He is absolutely massive. And we do at the very end uh, get the final face off between Emperor Darius and Gaiking, and they are similar size. And Emperor Darius is probably actually, I'd say, bigger. Um, so I would say Daiku Mairu. So this came out in 74, something like that, 74, 75, something along those lines. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Trek, because although they're not really going on exploration. Oh, and there's the figure I have. They're not really going on exploration, but it's a ship, and there is sort of the main crew, which are probably, I don't know, eight members. These are reoccurring characters, and then you have all sorts of other crew members in matching outfits, and those crew members are there to operate the ship and often die when there's explosions and things happen like that. So it is kind of similar. There is a rather large cast of characters in this one. The fact that they use an alien force as the villains in it, that's kind of I'd say a point against this, because that is really a well used trope. And it's not that you can't make it work. There's some of these, if not all of them, use aliens as the enemy, but I kind of like it when they try something different. And there are different things such as Daiku Mairu that does set it apart. I think that Gaiking's his design is kind of strange with that skull on his chest, and of course the skull can be used as a weapon. It's got lasers or beams that come out of the eyes, and it's capable of biting. There are instances in there where Gaiking is not able to beat one of the mecha, and Daiku Mairu has come in and saved the day. So it is a formidable weapon. So I think the main problem for me with this series is it gets into the mecha a week pattern, which can be problematic. I think the best mecha anime from this era were ones where there was a continuing storyline and evolution, and there really isn't one in this one. So you could take most of the episodes, shuffle them around, and it wouldn't really make any difference to the plot, because it's just, and it's not that the episodes are bad. They're good. I just like a evolving storyline, maybe some evolution in the characters, and that really doesn't happen. If I compare Gaiking to, say, a contemporary from the United States cartoon of that era, I'd say Gaiking was much better, because there is a lot more emotion. The characters feel a lot more real. The plots of the episodes, you compare it to like the Super Friends, the plots to the episodes are considerably more intelligently written. And I think that the villain is interesting. It's just interesting that he's a cyborg, although you wouldn't really know it, but he's just massive. Like, he is a physical equal to Gaiking. He could just take him on. But the way, I don't know that they really explored enough in the whole, the way it operates with this Emperor Darius taking the Zelons and just changing them into the Dark Avian. Since they were the ones that theoretically created Emperor Darius, although you never see that happen. But they are legitimately looking at the destruction of their planet. So it's not just we're going to take your resources, or we want to expand our empire, or whatever. They are legitimately fighting for their existence. And it's been done. It's been done quite a few times. So, but I do like it better when the villains actually have a motivation other than just either pure evil or conquest or whatnot. That they really were in a desperate situation. So, if I were to recommend a series from this, I would put these two ahead. I think General Dimos, I'm trying to remember, but this one I really did like. This one was particularly good, but Voltus V also was quite good. I have other ones, but I didn't really round them all up. But I'd say Gaiking was kind of middle of the road. I did just sit down recently and rewatch a couple episodes of Mazinger Z, and they're better than I remembered. I know that it gets into the mecha a day or mecha a week pattern, but the animation was better. The animation I don't expect a lot from the animation from series from this era, but I would say it underperforms even given the era in which it came out. I don't think the animation was very good, but it's fun. It's not bad. I just think there's better out there. But anyway, that's Dino Mecha Gaiking. There's 44 episodes, one season, and it's decent.